Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, JCP. Sorry, lighting's good. I just got off of work. I've been working a later shift than when I got hired for, but it is dark as, but luckily I live super close to my work, so yay. So I wanted to make a quick video because, oh jeez, I didn't have my lights on, Jesus. Well, that was dumb. I wanted to make a little video because I haven't really explained, like, this year has been crazy, and in the best possible way. And what I mean by that is a lot has changed in a very short amount of time. So, the honest to God truth is that I met David on Tinder back in August, and he's my first date I've ever had, and I'm hoping to God that he's the last, because he's super sweet and just like the nicest guy I could ever ask for. Like, he is the guy that I have prayed to God that I will have one day. Like, he's loving and caring, and he treats me so well. I know that he won my dad over and my mom over. My mom pretty easily, which is hard because my mom is not super trusting of guys, especially with the guys that I've hung out with or dated in the past. And but she was totally all for David coming into my life and it being meant to be. My dad took a little while, but I know what got him was I was in a car accident. And honestly, I think it was just from being so freaking tired. I was driving back and forth from the apartment to my parents' house to work, to my parents' house to the apartment, and back and forth and back and forth. And I think I was just so freaking exhausted. And the point is that I was in a car accident and I'm fine. Everybody was fine, which is all that matters. I paid my dues. You know, I've done what I could. That sounded weird. I've done all that I could. And it was just a messed up situation. But my dad, like, David won my dad over when David showed up shortly, like, within 2 seconds of my parents showing up at the accident. David was right there. Like, left work, came to my side, hugged me, gave me his jacket, like, so sweet. And, you know, life isn't always easy, and not everybody just, you know, you don't just meet Prince Charming and he has no flaws, you know, and I'm not perfect by any means. I am not a Disney princess. But, you know, the reality is that sometimes you argue and sometimes you fight, and sometimes it brings you guys closer together and sometimes it doesn't. David and I have been really fortunate that every argument every little argument we've had, honestly has been something small that we can fix, or something, you know, that we use as a learning lesson. Mostly me, just because I have a lot of issues from my previous relationships and relationships with friends and things that I have not taken care of yet. And that's not right to bring that into a new relationship, especially with someone who's so fantastic and so loving and so caring. And he's just like, I'm just so madly in love with him. But we will be celebrating our 6-month anniversary in a couple of days, like in a few days, on the 25th. And it feels like, and even like the first 2 months, it felt like we had been together for 2 years. Like, it's insane like, my mom calls us, like, missing puzzle pieces, like, and that when we met, we found the puzzle piece. Like, we complete each other, that we're two random, you know, puzzle pieces that found each other and now are complete. And, I can't disagree with that. Like, I never, you know, I was never, like, in my mind where I was like, oh, you know, like, you have to be in a relationship to complete. Like, I believe that you have to find yourself and find what you love, your likes and dislikes. I mean, that's the whole reason you date, is to figure out what you want and what you don't want, what you're going to settle for, what you're not going to settle for. And, honest to God, I mean, I think, you know, I didn't believe in that whole thing where it was like, oh, she completes me, he completes me, that's my everything. Like, I always thought that's crazy to put your everything into someone, but when it's real love, like it is with David and I. Sorry, I'm backing into my garage. The garage that my boyfriend pays for me to have, which blows my mind. I'm so freaking spoiled, you guys. Anyway, I never really truly believed that until I met David. And I'm not going to cry. I'm fine. I have just never in my life had someone that, like, it just feels right. Like, it just feels comfortable. It just feels like home. It just, like, and that's the other thing, and I always tell him this, like, I don't miss people. Like, God love you. Like, there's so many people in my life that I've gone on trips with. You know, some of my friends can attest to this. I've gone on trips with them, or I've hung out with them, and, like, I could never be one of those people who, like, want to spend day after day after day with someone. Like, it drives me, like, I would lose my patience, and I'd be like, you know, I like, you need to go home, or, like, I need to go home. And with David, we have spent every single day together since I moved in, which we started dating in August, and I wanted to wait a while before I met his daughter, Mary Jane. Yes, he has a daughter. I never explained that, and I'm sorry for that. Like, you guys have probably been like, who's this little girl? Mary Jane is her name. I love her so much. She went on a cruise recently, and I was crying in the car because I missed her so much. I feel so attached, and I feel like such a family with them. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting on a tangent, but I just, like, I finally feel whole, and I feel like a family. And anyway, out of respect for Mary Jane, and to give her space and time and, you know, distance in a bit, like giving her time with her dad, I felt was really important. And, you know, here comes the new girl into his, you know, into her and her dad's life, and how is she going to feel? So I was very, very hesitant about meeting Mary Jane. I said, like, well, let's plan a meet out. Like, I'll meet you guys somewhere, and if she feels comfortable, we can hang out. If she doesn't, then, like, you know, like, I'll, you know, be patient, and we'll take our time. And we actually met. We went to, it was during the fall, so it was September, when I finally met her. We went to, like, a pumpkin patch, and, I mean, within a few minutes of meeting me, she was talking to me and holding my hand, and we were running through the cornfield maze, like, you know, we were trying to beat David, so that, like, through the corn maze, and we had such a fantastic time. She buried me in corn. I buried, like, we buried her in corn. And it just, like, anyway, we had such a great, amazing time. And then afterwards, she was like, you know, she knew that I made food, or that I was a good cook, or that I like to, she'll say I'm a good cook. But anyway, and so she's like, I'm hungry, like, you know, and we asked her, like, well, do you, like, you know, David was like, well, you know, do you want her to come over? And Mary Jane was like, like, yeah, come over. I want to show you my room. And so, that night I went home with them, and I made my famous peanut butter pasta. she loved it. And I mean, God, I've never, she's not mine. Like, so I've never had a kid in my life that, like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain this. Like, my friends have kids and I love them, but it's like a different kind of love. Like, as with Mary Jane, I miss her when she's not around. I think about her. When I go shopping, I think about, like, what was she like? Or, you know, if I went on a trip, we'd be like, well, what can we get her? And, you know, I just love her, and I love David, and a lot has changed. I've not only moved out of my parents' house and into an apartment with David and Mary Jane, I've changed my job. I've changed the location of my job. I really only get to see my parents maybe like once a week, sometimes if I'm lucky too. Things are just so different. I'm paying bills. Like, I don't even, like, so much has changed, you guys, and I could not be happier because it is so, like, it's so different and it's such a growth and so much has changed. Oh crap, I need to get going because I'm at home. Oops, and all you see is black. I'm home, but I need to make dinner for Mary Jane and David, and then and then Mary Jane's gotta go to karate. So I know you guys can't see me, but you can hear me. But a lot has changed, you guys, and it's all for the better. So, oof. So anyway, so yeah, so that's what's been going on, you guys, and I will fill you guys, I will fill you guys in more as time goes on, but yeah, that's it. So I gotta go home, make dinner for my new family. It's really slippery and cold out. So yeah, that's what's up, you guys. Where are my keys? Did my keys fall off? Oh no, they're right there. Okay. So anyways, you guys, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys again soon.